Poet, author and humanitarian, Rabindranath Tagore used to be the first Indian to be awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature, and he performed a key function in the Renaissance of modern-day India. Tagore is most broadly regarded for his poetry. However, he was once additionally and done creator of novels, quick stories, poems and articles. He took an energetic activity in a big variety of social, cultural and creative endeavors. He has been described as one of the first 20th century's world man. So I repeat, we by no means can have a proper view of man except we have a love for him. Civilization have to be judged and prized, now not by way of the quantity of electricity it has developed, however by means of how a great deal it has advanced and given expression to, via its legal guidelines and institutions, the love of humanity. Sadhana. The Realization of Life, 1916, short biography. Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore Rabindranath used to be born on the 7th of May 1861, Calcutta. His father Debendranath Tagore used to be a main mild in the Brahmo Samaj, a reforming Hindu business enterprise which sought to promote a monotheistic interpretation of the Upanishads and pass away from the tension of Hindu orthodoxy which they felt was once retaining again India. Debendranath Tagore additionally prompted his household to examine English. Rabindranath commenced writing from an early age and impressed with his free-flowing fashion and spontaneous compositions. He by and large rejected formal schooling. He spent lots time being taught at home. In 1878 he traveled to England and sought to learn about regulation at University College, London, however he left earlier than ending the degree. After returning to India, in 1901, Tagore moved to Shantiniketan to discover an ashram which grew to be his focal factor for writing and his view on schooling. He selected the title for the ashram, Shantiniketan, that means, abode of peace. Love is the closing that means of the entirety. Round thus. It is now not a mere sentiment. It is truth. It is the pleasure that is at the root of all creation. Tagore, Sadhana, The Realization of Life, 1916, Friendship with Gandhi. Tagore was once association pals with Gandhi and admired him very much. But, notwithstanding this friendship, he ought to be integral of his views. For example, he disagreed with Gandhi's views on Swaraj protests and upbraided Gandhi when Gandhi claimed an earthquake used to be divine retribution for the mistreatment of Dalits in India. Yet in spite of the universal divergence of opinions, they ought to admire every other. When Gandhi went on quickly unto death, it used to be Tagore who was once capable to persuade Gandhi to supply up his quick and appear after his health. Nobel Prize for Literature 1913. In 1913, Tagore was once awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature for his work, Gitanjali. This made his writings internationally regarded and his repute unfold for the duration of the world. My money owed a large, my screw-ups great, my disgrace secret and heavy. But I come to ask for my good, I quake in worry lest my prayer be granted. Gitanjali. Rabindranath _ Einstein. Rabindranath Tagore with Einstein. This gave Tagore the chance to tour appreciably, giving lectures and recitals in many one-of-a-kind countries. He additionally grew to become acquainted with many of the main cultural contemporaries of the day. This protected W.B. Yeats, George Bernard Shaw, Romain Rolland, Robert Frost and Albert Einstein. Tagore had a fantastic love for nature, and many of his poems invoke the easy beauties of the herbal world. For Tagore, his faith ought to be discovered in the wonders and mysteries of nature, as a good deal as in temples and sacred books. Tagore poem. Tagore used to be a prolific composer of music. He composed over 2,000 songs which have been popularized and sung broadly throughout Bengal. Like his literature, he broke away from classical constraints to provide a awesome emotive and non-secular appeal. Tagore is special for being the reliable composer for the country-wide anthem of two international locations, India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh's Amar Shona Bangla. Tagore was once an opponent of British imperialism, although he additionally felt Indians had an obligation to enhance their self-education. He stated that British rule was once partly due to the kingdom India had fallen into. In particular, he used to be very denigrating about India's obsession with caste. The closing fact in man is no longer in his mind or his possessions. It is in his illumination of mind, in his extension of sympathy throughout all obstacles of caste and color, in his attention of the world, now not basically as a storehouse of power, however as a habitation of man's spirit, with its everlasting track of splendor and its internal mild of the divine presence. Tagore, the poet's religion, in creative unity. 1922. 1. In 1919, Tagore again his knighthood in protest at the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, in which many peaceful Indian protesters had been killed. Tagore used to be a polymath, and closer to the give-up of his lifestyles he took up artwork and additionally pursued and passed time in science. Tagore used to be additionally very a good deal an internationalist, criticizing nationalism, although additionally writing songs and articles in aid of the normal precept of the Indian independence movement. Patriotism can't be our last religious shelter. My refuge is humanity. I will now not purchase glass for the fee of diamonds, and I will by no means enable patriotism to triumph over humanity as lengthy as I live. Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore view on religion. Tagore had combined views on religion. He used to be added up in a standard Hindu household and taught to pray and meditate from an early age. He remembers the piece of idea he developed from chanting the Gayatri mantra, however at the equal time used to be indifferent from the extra formalistic components of religion. He tended to see faith as now not scriptures and locations of worship, however the life we lead. As he explained, my faith is my existence. It is developing with my boom. It has by no means been grafted on me from outside. Tagore to Robert Bridges, 8 July 1914. He used to be eager to keep away from any fanaticism and noticed the energy of his very own Hindu faith as its capability to see greater than one route to the goal. His lifelong aspiration was once to see a concord of religions flourish in India, now not from mere tolerance however an understanding of the distinctive deserves different religions had. The idea of freedom to which India aspired used to be primarily based upon awareness of non-secular unity. India's outstanding achievement, which is nevertheless saved deep inside her heart, is ready to unite inside itself Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist and Christian, now not via force, no longer by using the apathy of resignation, however in the concord of lively cooperation. Tagore in Berlin, 1921. However, he was once additionally imperative of the Hindu caste system. Tagore's poetry often trace at a mystical view of the world. In this playhouse of endless varieties I have had my play, and right here have I caught sight of him that is formless. Gitanjali. The human soul is on its experience from the regulation to love, from self-discipline to liberation, from the ethical aircraft to the spiritual sadhana. The realization of life, 1916.